Joe, man, it's Thursday night. That means it's time for that SEC Powers Hour. I know. A little heavy. Dogs didn't get it done, but that's okay. We march on.
That's right.
On. We got another week of games coming. We're going to get to them tonight. How are you doing, brother?
Man, if I were any better, I'd be Vanderbilt. Let me tell you, I'm doing all right.
That's exactly right.
And got my Red Bull fired up, ready to go.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I'm going to spring this on you right now, Joe, so you can spend the whole hour just dealing with what's about to happen to you, okay? Everybody, the beautiful, handsome young man sitting here on the screen with me, today's his birthday. So everybody, please take a second tonight and wish Joe a happy birthday because he is doing double time sitting in here with us. My wife earlier tonight asked him, she's like, whatever you're doing, make sure you got yourself a big steak and some lobster tails and stuff out there. Do it with style today. So he's making time out of his day to come out here and hang out with us tonight and do a little SEC football. So happy birthday, Joe.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's been a fun day so far. Not that anybody wanted to hear my agenda, but I tell you what, it's been fun. Thank you, Timothy, in the chat. Started out day getting the volunteer. I love doing volunteer stuff for the technology AI community. We had a summit at our local technical college, and me and Landon, my oldest son, out there got to do some volunteer work. We appreciate getting to go be a part of that and see all the cool stuff, robotic dogs and a drone bigger than me for the DNR. Literally, things bigger than I am, man. And just all the cool stuff that it goes into technology. It's been a lot of fun. So it gets around out here, got good lighting, and I'm on the show with all my friends, and we're going to have some Red Bull and water and have a good time. So nice. 47 years young, man, kicking it old school.
With just one new knee, just one so far.
I got two new knees. What you talking about?
That's right. I forgot the second one, and he's still going strong. Everybody, I want to take a second to shout out everybody who's chosen to join us this evening. My fellow Steele is in here tonight. What's up? He says he's at work, Joe. He's at work, and he's still here.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about right there. Somebody give that boy a cupcake. You know what I'm saying?
That's some dedication. Right. That's right. That's some dedication right there. Guys, I
look for a Red Sox win. That's right. What's up? 225.
Oh, that's right. We'd completely forgotten that baseball season was here.
Oh, thank you.
We
playoffs, man.
I know. But we had completely at my house, once college football's here, we kind of lose focus on everything else. So we looked up and saw that the playoffs were on. We were like, look at that. We're like, who's playing? We didn't even
Jeremy's got to keep me up to speed. My Red Sox and Yankees in Game 3.
Red Sox and Yankees, huh?
Yeah, wild card division.
It tells you how unplugged I am about it all. Seriously, I had no idea. So
thank you, Enrique.
You got to give me a pass on that. Joe, before we get into it tonight, I want to take a second. You may notice on the screen here, things look a little bit different. That's because we've got a new presenting sponsor for this show. Right. Green Gridiron, friends, have decided to come on board with the SEC Powers Hour. Let me tell you all about them. You can gear up for greatness where style meets quality by designing a winning helmet to your specifications or championing your brand with a one-of-a-kind custom helmet. I have a visual display that I'm going to share with you guys soon. I know I keep teasing you, but I promise you it's sitting right back there. And eventually I'm going to crack it open and share it with everybody. And it came straight from Green Gridiron. They offer field use gear for athletes, licensed helmets for collectors, Green Gridiron Edition custom helmets, and custom helmets for brands, Joe. Do you know, if you got your business and you want to really wow your customers, take your logo, design a custom helmet around your logo, get your logo right on the side of the helmet, get a cool visor or something going on. That will get people's attention. And here's the best part. It'll all come straight to your door, free, fast shipping when you have an order over $200, and it can get there in as little as 2 days. So simply click the link in the description below, head on over there, look around, look at all the cool Georgia stuff they got. I promise you it's a whole lot of fun, especially if you are a gear guy like I am. So
Man, I love it. I'm going to be ordering one there. Timothy said he's got one, getting one for his grandson. You best believe that the Joe Show will have some green gridiron in the studios here ASAP. So
Maybe
don't you worry about that.
might be maybe the GHS look. Maybe you never know. You never know.
I can't even do it. Here we go. And that's right. Enrique, 21 today, brother. 21 times. I don't know how you get to 47 from 21, but that's right. 21.
21 forever. Or what was the store? Forever 21?
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. All right, Joe. Well, here's what we are. We're going to get into the SEC news like we do every week. And, of course, the big news, our guy Pit Boss out at Arkansas after what happened against Notre Dame on Saturday. There was no way. You can't come back from that, man.
No, you can't. I mean, come on, Pit Boss. I mean, I hate Notre Dame. It's not my fan. It's not my jam, man. But, yeah, you can't go down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing, Joe. I went back and listened to your Coach 'em Up segment last week, and you were pleading. You're like, let's fight. Let's show some fight. Let's win it for the Gipper, if you will.
Right, basically.
And boy, it did not go that way. So, Pitt's a free agent for now. I have already voiced my wishes. I think Kirby Smart should put him on a plane, get him into Athens to be an analyst this year, and let him go recruit some of those big offensive linemen for us this offseason. And if Coach Cyril's looks at him sideways, just send him to the door and bring Pit Balls back in here as the O-line coach.
Cyril's on it in the chat right there, too. Like, get it back. Get it back.
Some people are just better coordinators, and Pit Boss, he's a great one. He is, coordinators, better position coaches, and Pit Boss is an outstanding offensive line coach. So that's
Enrique, just keep your eyes on the set, brother. You'll see that green gridiron back there in Randy's set.
I'm just saying. I keep teasing it. I'm just telling you, there's a little something out there. I'm just letting you know. And once you see it, you're going to be like, holy cow, I got to go get something. All right, so let's move along. That was the big news. But, Joe, we got to take a look at last weekend. I tried to tell you, I picked State to win last week. And, they almost got it done. And at the end of the day, Tennessee gets out of there with a win. But I tried to tell everybody, Hail State, that was going to be a dangerous game. Thoughts on the overtime victory for the Volunteers?
I got to watch a little bit of this game, flipping back and forth, and I'm not surprised. Loved it. Probably the best football game it was on all day Saturday, considering the Georgia loss. But it was exactly what you expected it to be. Did I pick it right? I don't remember.
You did. You
even better.
You picked Tennessee. You said close. We both said it'd be tight. It'd be a sneaky game, But I went with Hail State, thinking they were just going to upend everything, but they almost got it done. But, speaking of this, let's get these other games out of the way, and then we'll touch on our rankings, like how we picked them. Yeah. I might have a birthday present for you, Joe. I'm just saying. Yep. So the rest of the week continued to play out, and here was another one where I thought Kentucky was going to bite South Carolina. It didn't happen, Joe. Cocky's not dead. Their demise was greatly exaggerated as long as their quarterback is playing, right? And I don't know if this says more about Kentucky and how not good they are, or how South Carolina may have figured something out. But I got this one way wrong.
I remember me in the chat. We got this one strong. That's right. Me in the chat got this one strong.
That's right. So, I think that was the one you phoned a friend on, right?
I did. I used the chat, man. I was like, y'all come on, give me some love. And we all went South Carolina. We all put on the burgundy and black, baby. We got it done.
I had on the dunce cap last week, apparently. That's what happened. But
that's right.
I even did it here. After saying Alabama was going to win the thing for months, I couldn't not back my dogs. And by golly, they should have won the thing, it was right there. It could have happened, but it didn't. And that sucks if you're a Bulldogs fan. I don't know. You got any final nails in that coffin here before we get on through it?
Not really. I mean, the one question I have, and in my mind, but then I went back and kind of thought about it, and it wasn't a question, was, we had the opportunity inside the low red zone a couple times. We could have put points on the board. We chose not to whatever reason. And I thought about that, and I was like, Yeah, but then in the back of my mind as it rolled through again, I was just like, Kirby's not gonna. We're not playing for. That's not his
That's
jam.
not
We're
his
not playing
style.
for field goals, brother. We got to go. And
That's
so
it.
I was like, yeah, I get it. So I'm okay with it. We lost the game. We had the chance to put points on the board. Could have done it down there. Whatever. Everybody can second guess and do all that stuff. But I'm like, nope. Get it. See it. I understand. So I don't really have any question about it. I just wish we'd played a little better. The one thing that I will say, speaking about Gunnar Stockton and my comments from the game and all that stuff, I do feel like he was more reserved than Gunnar is as a player. And I have my thoughts on that. I shared some of them. And I think you see the way I was thinking and what I was talking about in his play. I'm not going to say that I was right and that's what happened. He was in his head too much, but I didn't see the Gunnar that we all know Gunnar can be and go out there and try to win the game with his legs. And I wonder why. But
to back that up, I mean, I was looking at some different angles from the game over the last few days, and it was one of those things where, I know he took a sack on one read where he got the ball, and it was like almost immediately he pulled it down when he had two crossing routes that he could have hit, and like misreads, like they went to a flex bone alignment at one point in the game, and he gave it, on a misread where if he had kept it and pulled a Joe. And then, fake got it flowing and then went right back up the middle. There was just like it was just all for him as far as that was concerned. And the numbers reflected it. He didn't throw for that many yards, and still at the end of the game, Georgia could have won the thing. So that's why I can't sit here and scream the sky is falling. And at the same time, I can fully admit that there was a whole lot that needs to be better. Like there's a lot that needs to happen. So that's what football is these days, I think, college football, simply because of just portal and everything else that's going on. I just think that every week is one you have got to fight to the end to get it done.
Hey, but just to close the book on that commentary around Gunnar, I'll still cash my check on that man's back any day of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's going to have an opportunity the rest of the season to, show us what it's all about. So one thing's for sure, the season's not over. But that is our trip around the league, Joe, with our SEC news, which means now we got to turn national and look at the new AP poll. I know. But here we go. So your top three, Ohio State, Oregon took care of business last week, like you said they would, like I should have said they would.
No surprise.
Miami is hanging in there at 3. Ole Miss, finally somebody's respecting Ole Miss and putting them up there. And you've got OU right there. Joe, I understand that they're not at the tippy top, but just look at all the SEC schools just kind of hanging around right in there, and we can, I mean, do you want to say anything about the national thing before we get into the SEC in particular?
The only thing that I just find that's interesting there, just look at Vandy and Tech. Just look at them at 16 and 17. And I'm just like, really? Really? Come on now. That's a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You look at Texas Tech and Indiana up there, Penn State. That feels a little disrespectful to me. But anyway.
There's some games in the immediate future that will change all that around if they handle their business. But what about Virginia, Joe? As we sat here last week, that upset against Florida State, 30 years to the day, I believe it was. And all the Wahoos did was go out there and just put it, handle business at the end of the game and beat Florida State on their home field. What a win that was for that program. They have been so bad over the last 5-10 years. And then to come out and have a big win like that over a Florida State team, I
like the old unis too, by the way.
Yeah. The old Tiki Barber blues. Yeah, I'm with you. So that's the national look at it. Obviously, here inside the SEC, you can see that there are still 10 of 16 in the top 25. So the conference is being represented real strong. Ole Miss leading the way at number 4. So again,
I love me some Texas A&M up there, by the way. I was texting him with Andrew Monaco just a second ago. Go ahead and say it. Name dropper. Yeah, Herb is over here. Herb is over here texting me, by the way, distracting me. Herb in the chat, distracting me right here. He just texted me, finish the show. Yeah, okay. I'll do that, Herb. Anyway, Andrew Monaco at an event tonight, and I called him. I was like, "Hey, man, you want to jump on the show? We're going to talk about some." He's like, "Dude, I'd love to, but I'm at an event next time." And I was like, cool. We'll get back to you.
Well, in true Joe Show style, you hit him up with like 30 seconds notice.
I was like, hey, what's happening this evening? How you doing? What you doing? You busy?
You busy?
No?
Are you a busy man? No, not really. Yeah. All right. Well, Joe, before we get into the upset potential for this weekend, let's take a second and review what happened last weekend. Now, remember, after or like going into this past Saturday, you were all like bummed out because I had a 7-game lead in the season standings. 7 games. Joe, this is why you keep fighting. This is why you listen to the Coach 'em Up segment.
That's right.
Here's the news. Your boy went 6-10 last week in the pick'ems. Not good. Not good. This ring feels real heavy right about now because it's like I'm feeling the pull. So
heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah. Joe, on the other hand, went 11-5 with a little assist from the chat over there.
Right.
So
chat them up.
That's right. That's right. Let's, we got to give them their credit here too. Which brings the season standings, Joe. 65-18 for this guy. 63-24 for that guy.
Got me 2 games back, did I?
Yep. You were just 2 behind the leader as we get into this week's game. So that's why you keep playing, kids. That's why you don't give up. You just keep on swinging. See what happens. All right, so let's start to look at this.
I'm a second half player. What can I say?
Well, So let's take a look at it. Most likely ranked upset this week. And there are a few kind of sneaky games here in the SEC, Joe. A lot of teams are on a bye week. So we're going to, give the national view its due this week. So if you look around here, think about Miami, Florida State, what that game used to be when we were growing up. And here they are, both ranked, headed into the matchup this weekend over in Tallahassee. Texas, I can't believe I'm about to say these words. Texas opens conference play this week. Finally, they've decided that the football season has started. So
good gracious.
They're opening conference play on the road in the Swamp. We know what's happening down there with Florida. The Swamp is still super loud. They can still get up and get after a team. So we'll see. And your boy Monaco hosting Hail State, who almost pulled it off last week. And then the game of the week, Joe, Vanderbilt is rolling into Tuscaloosa. So which one do you think is most likely?
Let me tell you. First, I got to tell you a story. I was getting ready for football Saturday, and I was in my bedroom hanging out with a beautiful wife. We were all getting ready to do our things. And I just, was watching the SEC show there at Athens, got all fired up, went ahead and bought tickets to the Vandy, Alabama game. Bought them. Bam. Threw up the phone, said, buy me some tickets. And I was like, cool. I got to be in Atlanta for an event Friday night. I'll just head west on 20. I'll get out there to Tuscaloosa and watch the football. I'm like, Randy will go to the game with me. Sure. And then I was like, wait a minute.
Randy's
going to be working.
Working the game.
That's all good. I got Landon. He'll go with me. Wait a minute. Landon's going to Athens because his girlfriend's at UGA and they're going to hang it. Doggone it. I was like, I just got tickets to the Vandy, Alabama game. And I can't. Anyway. I don't know. Maybe I know some folks in Alabama that can help me out with that. I ain't sure.
Maybe. It could be an elephant running around here somewhere that whispered in somebody's ear or something.
Whoa, Herb, what are you talking about, TMI?
He don't need to know about your bedroom activities, Joe.
Oh, my bad.
He don't need to know about what's happening over there.
I'll get your head out of the gutter. It's
Oh,
watching SEC football.
SEC football.
Football.
That's what we
Nation.
do. That's my
Nation.
story, and I'm sticking to it. All right.
That's
So
right.
here
Come
we
on.
go. Looking around in the footprint, it's not in the SEC, Joe, but this game caught my eye. And I couldn't stay away. It's kind of like a car wreck, right? I couldn't not look at it because North Carolina has been not good. Like the Bill Belichick era so far, not a whole lot to hang your hat on. And Clemson, uh, just sort of, I'm not sure, I don't know about Clemson, what's going on over there, but they get together this weekend in a game that just feels like home, right? We grew up in Northeast Georgia. This game
That's right.
feels like real close.
That's
So
right.
I don't know. I just figured I'd ask for your opinion, your thoughts on this game before they kick this thing off at high noon on Saturday.
Well, to talk about Marcel's post there in the chat, it's talking about Lane Kiffin was speaking to the fact of no more dynasties and big time football, and I agree with that actually.
Yep,
but
yep.
with that in
Right.
mind, yeah, the Clemson and UNC ain't no dynasty happening in this ball game here, fellas. Let me just tell you. Oh God, well, it is not a good ball game. Dabo's talking about a coaching failure. Yeah, thanks Dabo for stating the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And Belichick, the epic failure.
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
So are you asking me just what do I think is going to happen in the game? Or are you asking
Sure.
me just
If you want to make a
around?
pick, well, just whatever you think about it. If you want to pick it, go ahead. I mean, we're going to have to pick it. It's on the list. So if you want to save that for later, but
yeah, I'll save that for later. But I cannot. I don't even know why you would go to this game.
I worked for, God, I don't know, 15 years with a fella who played football at North Carolina, like full 4-year run. And so I kind of feel for him and the program and the way they do things over there. They got rules about how big the stadium can be because it's down in a hole, like it can't be higher than any tree. Like there's all kinds of stuff going on. So it's not like it's the easiest place to win, but also it's not like you can't win there because you totally can. It's just you got to get all those intangibles right, and you have to recruit your state, and in this new age, like, again, I think it just speaks to the parity of everything that's going on right now around college football, just how difficult it is to get players to stay home just because you're the home school, and so on and so forth. And again, as far as Clemson is concerned, I mean, Cade Klubnik, remember coming into the season, Joe, people were like, that's my Heisman front runner. Man, bro has proven that he is like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, okay, like middle of the road, like nothing special. They went out and got those wide receivers, and it hasn't mattered a lick, and they hadn't been able to play defense like they thought they could. I was intrigued by it, and I'm not going to watch it. I guarantee you that, obviously.
Well, I said it, and that's the only way I noticed that. Like, I went to school in South Carolina, at Newberry my freshman year, played baseball over there. And if I were in North Carolina and this game was in town, I would be like, I don't know, you guys want to go get a taco or something? And I don't know. I really, that's how I view this game. I'm like, if you gave me tickets to the game, I don't know. I'd be like, I don't know.
Well, then I guess I do too, because I'm like, the Paul growing up was a cool thing, even though I was a Georgia person, it was still a cool thing. And now I'm just like, man,
we had played at Clemson.
That's right.
Played baseball, but
like y'all are in a mess up there. All right, that's enough time. We've spent enough time on that thing. But we are going to stay in the ACC, Joe. What about this one? Miami and Florida State are going to tangle in, one of those Floridian fist fights. You know what I mean? Just one of those, like, this should be a big game, and it looks like it might be. You got Miami in the top 5. You got Florida State ranked. Yeah, they're coming off a loss, but maybe that's good for them. Maybe they're going to be out there, like, trying to prove something, get back, however you want to phrase it. I don't know. Initial thoughts on Miami and Florida State, Joe. Which quarterback do you like better in this game?
That's a good question, and I think I would lean Florida State. I mean, I would lean for the win and for quarterback play here. I mean, not that uh, Miami's quarterback, I can't think of his name right now.
Carson Beck.
Carson Beck, thank you. Not that
Yep.
Carson is going to do anything crazy, but I just think I lean Florida State originally as my thought. That's my gut in this game. And I think Carson will contend with some of the best defense that he's had to see and play against this season. And I think that we're going to see what he really can do. It'll be a test of his mettle in this game. I think it will be.
I kind of feel the same. You've got a running quarterback over there, which makes you right a lot of the time. Because the thing about Miami that I've liked so far is their athleticism, especially on defense. But when you got a guy back there that can make you right, even when you bust an assignment on, in a block scheme or whatever, that's a big deal. And they are at home, which I think is also a good thing for them. So maybe an early lean right there. We'll see. All right, Joe, let's come into the league.
Yeah.
Blackout. Kyle Field for Hail State. They decided this is when they were going to bust it out. How do you feel? Georgia didn't black anything out last week, and we still lost. So what about you? Blackouts, uniforms, does it matter? Do you care? Is it cool? What do you think?
Well, that's one of the things I was going to ask Andrew about, but I didn't get the opportunity to because, I waited till like 10 minutes before showtime to reach out to him.
That's right.
But I think I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a bigger deal for State than it would be in Athens. I do. I just think that for them, it's just a bigger deal.
I'm sorry. You're right. It's at State. You're right. I said it was at Kyle Field. It's at State. Yeah. You are correct. Yes.
I just think it's a bigger deal for them because it's
no. It's at Kyle Field.
Is it at Kyle Field?
Yes, Kyle Field, College Station, Texas. Yes, I was right the first time. I was listening to you and I got confused. So yes, it's at A&M.
Well, in that case, I still think I don't think it's as big a deal as I did just a second ago, but I still think it's a big deal. Texas A&M, I think their tradition doesn't hang on a uniform. It hangs on what they do with the 12th man and all of that stuff at Kyle Field. So, I mean, cool. If you want to black it out, great. And maybe it'll be something, give them a little energy, but it'll be fun. Something else to market, something else to do. But they got all this synergy that they're going to get from the 12th man there.
Oh, that's what I thought about when I saw this, because both of these teams, I mean, I guess most teams, a lot of teams like to do the blackout thing, but both of these teams have really black uniforms when they choose to do it. And that's what I thought. I'm like, this is a marketing thing. And there you go. Yeah. But I think the game's going to be a good one regardless of what they wear. So that's that one. All right, Joe, here's one that before the season, I said, Texas, you better watch out. You better watch out. Because we kind of thought the Gators might be doing something, so on and so forth. The Gators aren't doing much. And like I said, Texas, they're just now kicking off like conference play. So when we look at these quarterbacks, do you think the game's going to come down to these two quarterbacks, or do you think that Texas just has them outclassed like they showed at home last year? Or is the Gators defense going to keep them in it against an arch Manning that is, not lit the world up against anybody that actually can, compete at this level?
This game is really interesting to me, and I saw it in the chat earlier. I don't remember who put it in there. Thought this was the game of the week. I really think that Florida's defense is going to be significant in this game, and I think that it will be a very close game. And I'm actually considering taking Florida in this game in our picks. We'll find out for sure. I really think that Manning is that much in a bind at this moment in his career and with his mechanics and just what's going on. And I really think Florida's defense is good enough. The only concern that I have is will Lagway continue to bleed the ball to everybody that's not wearing his team's colors enough to, drag down that defense. That's my only concern is what will Lagway do?
Here's the other X factor that we haven't seen this year, and that is Lagway running. Like that hasn't happened. He's that's what got him in trouble at LSU. He just kept trying to throw the ball when he had lanes where he could have run. So you have to ask yourself, is that because he was kind of dinged up, all season, all off season, all that? Is he worried about it? Have they told him to not run? Like, what is happening? Like, this dude was the dual threat quarterback, the number one dual threat quarterback in the country. You would expect him to be running the ball, moving the pile. I mean, all those
Why
things.
are you not doing the thing that is your thing to do? You know what I mean? Like, why do you not do that?
With Texas coming to town, if there's ever a week to be like, here we go, turn it loose. I mean, this is the week. So again, not making a pick or anything right now, but that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. Can the arch, like, not being sharp and Florida being pretty good on defense paired with maybe Lagway decides he can run,
But Jeremy's saying in the chat, Florida QB1 or Florida QB, I heard, is out this game. I haven't heard that.
Is that true? Because I didn't see the update on the the report that was issued. If that's true, then you can ask Joe. We were building the show right up until showtime. So if that's true, then that would clearly change things. So we just didn't notice it, if that's true. So Joe's going to do us a little Google search here because I think because that clearly changes things, because I could not even tell you the quarterback that plays backup for Florida came into the game last year against Georgia, and he's fine, but I wouldn't expect him to be able to go out and beat Texas. You know what I mean? Not given what they have had this year. So if that's the case, then that clearly changes this game up in a lot of ways.
I'm just, in what I see here, my quick research, it says Lagway is expected to play against Texas, despite some injury concerns earlier and his sophomore slump, blah, 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 blah. But
okay.
So he's expected to play. I mean, he's had his injuries, but looks like he's, at least according to this quick
Well,
reference.
if you search the SEC injury report, Florida SEC injury report, it should pop up the most recent one for you. And if he's on there, we'll see how he's listed there, because that's what they have to turn into the league office. But yeah, that's something that this is happening in real time, y'all. We were working on other stuff leading up to the show, so we did not catch this one. So I appreciate you guys throwing that out there so we can talk about it. And I'm just going to look in the chat here for a second. Wes is jumping in here. Good to see you, bud. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. Nathan Weaver's in here from Facebook. Love to see that. And then, of course, all the usuals. Enrique, Herb and Raj hanging out. And I don't know if you guys were talking in the chat or if you were asking us, Marcel. So I'm just going to answer real quick about dynasties. I think that the age of dynasties is over in college football, unless we get some rule changes that really sort of pull back on players' opportunities to move. I think that you will not be able to just year over year maintain the level of play that you might have in, say, your best year, your high watermark. Doesn't mean you fall off the table. It just means that you become susceptible. And if we're talking about dynasties, the way I look at that is a 5-year window, and it's constantly moving, right? So as an example, if you look at Georgia, we're in season 2025. So that means we're still looking at the 21, 22 years. Then you have 23, 24, and then currently we're building out this year. So when I talk about Georgia in a dynasty discussion, I'm looking at those entire 5 years. I'm looking at recruiting rankings. I'm looking at championships won, conference and national, right? So that's how I have that discussion. Other people want to do it different ways and spread that out over longer time periods, but that's the way I look at it. And if I'm looking at that now, I mean, just look at what's happened the last 2 years. You had a Michigan team win and then get completely decimated, right? And then you had an Ohio State team win, and we'll see how they do this year. We're unclear on that, but I just don't know that I see Ohio State today being what we saw Ohio State when they won the national championship being, right? So if you look in the SEC today, I have no flipping idea who's going to win the conference. I mean, it's wide open. And I think most leagues are going to say that. So in terms of dynasty, I think those days are past, but we will see. Teams have an opportunity to get out there and prove it. So we'll see. Did you see anything about the injury report, Joe?
I did. Lagway is not on the injury report. Listed as out. I read through the probables and out, and he was not on either. He was not a probable. He was not out.
Okay, so if Lagway's going to play, then I'm like, my question remains: does that mean we're going to run? Does that mean we're going to use the entire playbook option? Is that what we're going to do? So, so we'll see. And see now, Enrique's telling me about Talon Taylor. Says he suffered an injury. I didn't see that on the injury report either, Enrique, yesterday. So if you saw that news today, then you are breaking news right now. So
I just closed that list, so I could have to go back and reopen it.
They won't update it. He wasn't on Wednesday's report, but they won't update it again until game day. So it's the way it is on Wednesday, and then you see it again on Saturday. So there you go. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Well, before we move on, Marcel's asking, do you think Kirby's back-to-back national championships, he got lucky? He recruited some great talent, and now his top talent can go somewhere else. I would say that's just I think schematically he is great. Like, he is one of the top defensive minds in the country, and I don't think there's any debate over that. I do think that even the best can still get, out schemed. Like, you can still lose. That's part of it. And the fact that he had great players, well, that's everybody across college football. If you can get those dudes, like, does Jeremiah Smith win, or does Ohio State win the national championship last year if Jeremiah Smith isn't on the roster? It's debatable. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody has to go get those guys. So I don't think that he's any less fired up or any less of a coach just because we're a couple of years removed from reaching the pinnacle. You have to remember that 21 defense, every dude that played on that defense is playing in the NFL right now. Every last one of them. So you can show me anybody else who's done that. And I promise you can't, because that proves what that era of college football was. And this era is a completely different era. What Georgia did in 21 and 22 was the end of that possibility in college football. Yeah. Unless, again, they change the rules somehow. You know what I mean? It's, if they change the rules and we go back somehow, then we can reevaluate all this. But that's how I feel about that right now. You still have to have a good scheme, even if you have great players. So that's that. All right, Joe. We've meddled around with the wannabes. Let's talk about the game of the week. Let's preview this. Vanderbilt's going to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, there's a lot happening around this game. Game day showing up. Like, they're pulling out all the stops, man. Vanderbilt at home last year beat Alabama. And I remember listening to the Alabama people the week after that game. And it wasn't one, it was all of them in chorus, saying this is the most embarrassing loss in the history of Alabama football. Like, it couldn't get more worse than what I heard them say to me last year. And then they went on to lose, 4 games last year, including the bowl game? So to Michigan, I think it was.
Oh.
So Alabama last season had some growing pains under a first-year head coach. Right? That just is what it is. We spin this thing forward, and all I've heard this week, Joe, is disrespect. Everybody's talking about being disrespected. Alabama is talking about Vanderbilt disrespected us. We're going to handle that business. And my boy Pavia, not my boy, but Diego Pavia is out there talking about, if we just play like we're supposed to, this ain't going to be close. We're going to beat Alabama.
I love it.
Backwards, forwards, upside down. Like, he's just out there telling them. And so they're sitting here at 5-0, and I understand the schedule is what it is. They went on the road and beat South Carolina, they've done all they can do up to this point. They're sitting here at 5-0. Diego Pavia is ready to bring it to Alabama, but Alabama ain't scared. They just came to Athens and got a big win. And believe me when I tell you, they celebrated like they won the conference on Saturday night. Okay. Because it was that big a deal to them, because they know they kind of saved their season. They were like, all right, we're back in this thing, and rightfully so. But it's because, in large part, of the way Ty Simpson is playing, right? And you can see here all of his accolades, like Senior Bowl Player of the Week, Maxwell Player of the Week, David O'Brien Player of the Week, Manning Award Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week in the conference, just like Gunnar Stockton had done 2 weeks prior, right? Won that same list of awards. I think he even had the same numbers, 2 touchdowns passing, a rushing touchdown. Like, so here we are again. Ty Simpson still hot as a firecracker, coming off a huge road win. Now they're coming back home against an undefeated Vanderbilt that ain't got no scared up in them anywhere. So you tell me, man, what do you think about this thing? Because Tuscaloosa, the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, is going to be rocking and rolling on Saturday when Vanderbilt comes to town.
Well, I'll tell you this. First off, Simpson played a hell of a ball game Saturday. I mean, that kid I loved everything about what he had on the field all day long.
He was on time. He was accurate. Like,
You hear me, Herman Raj? I'm calling. I mean, your boy, I give stand-up kudos to that young man. He played like a boss.
That's right.
I loved everything about what he did.
That's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. But, however, I'm so right in the fact that I bought tickets to go see that Vandy Alabama game. I'm so right in that. This is going to be a great ball game. I asked the question of your Alabama friend when he was on the show this last week. Would this be a situation where Bama walks into a letdown at home against Vandy? And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, my pick is that Vandy will go in there and they will not get the win against Alabama. They will not.
Okay.
But it ain't going to be because of anything that Pavia is doing out there. I'm even only 60% sure about the fact I'm telling you Bama's going to get the win. I'm only 60% sure of that. I mean, I feel really strongly about what Pavia will be able to go in there and do because he ain't got a bit of scared in him. You said it right there. But I just think that Simpson is got more weapons at his disposal. And I think that is the only difference between this game.
The weapons thing is what I'm hung up on here. I would probably still say, yeah, that's true. But it's all in how you look, because Vanderbilt does have a legit wide receiver 1 who can go make plays for them. And their running game on point, like they're lining up, mashing folks, running it off tackle. You know what I mean? Like they're getting it done. And that defense looks better than, especially along the lines of scrimmage, offensively and defensively. They look better than any Vanderbilt team I can remember. Like, so I'm not saying the rosters tell us that Alabama's more talented. But just if you look at how it's going on the field, like Alabama's got, the wide receivers, which we talked about all last week, 3 or 4 of them that are really good. You can throw it to them, no problem. But I'm still, we still got to figure out what's happening with their run game. Is it going to be more consistent? So
you know what? I don't know if it's legal. I don't know what the rules are here to do this, but I can't even swallow what I just said. There's something in me that made me go buy those tickets originally. The hell with it. Get Vandy on the road. I mean, I want Vandy on the road. I want Vandy on the road.
That's all you do. We're not picking it yet. I'm just saying.
The internal struggle is real.
Yeah, it's because a friend of the show, Wyatt Fulton, sat right here with us last week and said, I think it could be a problem. That he straight up said it. He's like, I think this could be a spot that's a problem. And what does that speak to? He wasn't talking about the talent. That's not what he was talking about. He was talking about this team under this coach, whether or not they can handle success.
Factor, man.
Yeah, whether they can handle success or whether they're going to stay on the roller coaster. So I think that's the proving point here.
Go ahead and put the flag in it, man. I mean, it's Joe's chalk it up, done. Give me Vandy on the road. Go on, Pavia. Let's do it, bro.
He's gonna roll in there and they're gonna give it their best shot.
He ain't got a bit of spirit in him. I like how you said that. I like.
No, he don't.
Give me Vandy on the road.
But Ty Simpson, like I said, he is. He's doing. His
I love
thing.
some Ty. Yeah, but come on.
When you look at how he's played so far this year, it makes you wonder how everybody spent all that time wringing their hands about him in the preseason. Like all the Alabama people like, he's got to prove it. He hasn't shown us. He's not consistent. All these things from, nothing that was awful, but everybody was just like, I don't know, and here he is just playing his tail off so far. So I'm looking forward to it. I won't get to watch it. Wait, is that one at night? Is it at night?
I don't know.
I don't remember, but I might get to see it because
I bought my tickets and I don't know. Let me see.
Georgia plays at noon. So I should be home. If I'm lucky, I'll be home, 4:30.
It's 3:30 Eastern.
So, okay. So I will get to see it, or at least most of it. So that's cool. I like that idea. All right. Well, there you go. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely I might even have to buy myself some wings or something. Might have to splurge something on that.
Now I'm going to have to buy tickets to go see Vandy play again. But I just want you to know here, on my birthday, it was my goal. All fun aside, it was my goal. I was like, I'm buying tickets. I'm going to go watch this game. Yeah. My brother going to head over to Tuscaloosa. I was like, dang, Randy can't go. And I was like, all right, me and Landon to go. And I was like, dang, I guess I could have just said, Herb, let's go to a ball game.
Yeah, so come on, Herb, go to the game with me. Come on, Herb. Who knows, Herb? If you're out there still listening and it works itself out, you can give Joe a call. As long as you give him a place to crash, Joe will be like, I'll see you. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just putting it out there. I'll just, y'all can work it out on the back end and make it happen. All right, Joe, you ready to pick some games?
Yep. I already picked a couple. I don't know. Let's go.
Well, we're going to do our best to get there. That's what are you going to do? The thing's got to load. See, there it goes. It's thinking about it. It's going to load it up for us. But
while it's loading, let me just tell you, because I want to point this out. Y'all see this Johnson County helmet right here behind me. Y'all give some love here to some high school, middle Georgia football. Johnson County High School. Little single A D2 classification here. Nationally ranked number 4.
Wow.
By Sports Illustrated, number 3 by GPB.
Wow.
Currently 6-0. They're number 1 in the region, 5A D2 standings.
Who's the star? You got to tell me why. Why are they winning? Who's the star?
They got a couple of guys. They got a running back. They got a safety on the team. I can't call their names right now because it's just not in my head. But
that's all right.
They got a couple dudes over there that can play ball that are highly recruited out of Johnson County, and they are getting stuff done. So y'all just know I love these guys back here over in Wrightsville, Georgia. Coach Don Norton and crew getting it done. So give them some love if you're watching high school football. Check them out. Joe baby. On the socials. Joe Co.
I'm all about it. All right, Joe, let's pick some games. Let's start this thing with a high noon. The Kentucky Wildcats are coming betwixt the hedges, and Georgia is going to try to figure some stuff out. If you caught the show last night, I told you that I'm over it when it comes to these slow starts. I'm just over it. I understand this is a young team. Joe, this game, we were talking about the other noon kickoff over at Clemson. This game in Athens is the perfect recipe for a sleepy, sluggish, sloppy, you love that alliteration, start on Saturday. Because they're coming off a loss. It was a night game. The fans poured everything into it. The players poured everything into it. You've got a Kentucky team here, which they're just not good. I love them. I do. But they're just, the facts are what they are, that they haven't looked great so far. They're going to try to run the football. They're going to need some help. And this is the kind of game where if Georgia comes out there slow, ugly, and sloppy, they could turn the ball over. This thing could be a game at the half, Joe. And if you're Georgia, nobody wants to see that. So this is the game where I want Georgia to show up, act older. Show me you're growing up. You know what I mean? Show me you're growing up. These young players. If it's kicking at noon, then friggin' start playing at noon. I want to see Gunner bombs away, baby. Throw it down the field. If Noah Thomas or Colby Young's running hip to hip with a dude on a 9 route, hang it up. Let them go get it. I want to see some explosiveness so you can build a little bit of confidence, because you got Ole Miss coming. You about to go on the road to Auburn, and you still got to welcome in Texas. Y'all need to get it right. And here's the other thing, Joe. The old defender in me, by God, put the quarterback on the ground Saturday. Kentucky.
Y'all better get your hands on somebody. That's right.
Kentucky can run the football, right? That's the thing they can do. But their tackles, not very good in pass pro. And wide receivers, you and I could cover them, okay? So the point is,
that ain't good.
Cutter Boley. I mean, Calzada is listed as probable, so maybe we see Calzada. But I'm going to talk about Cutter Boley here. Cutter Boley looked scared last week at South Carolina. And if Georgia can shut down the run game and make them one-dimensional, there's nobody back there that's going to beat you. You got better athletes back there. You better get after the quarterback, and you better put him on the ground. All right? This is me getting as close to pissed off about it as you're going to see me get. And I'm just telling you, I don't want nothing to do with that slow start. Show up and handle your business on Saturday. Joe, give me the dogs, and by golly, I want it to look just like that.
Yeah, I agree full throat with everything you just said right there. Everybody in the chat does too. That's right, Carol. Shout out to some single A D2 football. But yeah, Georgia better come out and they better put the friggin' pedal down and just let Gunner go. I tell you, not to talk anymore about the Alabama-Georgia game, but you could tell right out of the gate. I could tell right out of the gate the way that game was going to go by looking at the two quarterbacks. And I want to see Gunner come out and feel free to play like Simpson played Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? Come out and just go, just know and go, man. Just do it. And if you don't see that, there will be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
I know. And with all due respect to Kentucky, y'all know I talk very favorably about Kentucky.
Yeah.
This isn't about Kentucky.
Yeah, this ain't Kentucky. Just better. You better come out and show what you got. The G, Howard G. Come out and show. That's right.
Are you who you say you are? That's where I'm at there. So you're on Georgia too, yeah? Me and you both. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. All right, Texas and Florida. Let's pick this sucker. We've broke it down. Is it the quarterbacks, Joe? Is that what's going to make the difference in the game? Or is Florida worse than we thought they were, and Texas might be a little bit better than we've seen? How do you see it?
Well, first off, I can't believe the spread is only 6.5. Okay. That tells you something right there. That's interesting to see that the spread is only 6.5.
Yeah.
And that lets me know that it's going to be a touchdown ball game. Like I like to look at betting scenarios. I don't bet, but I like to look at betting scenarios. And that's interesting to me. The total 42.5, all that's very, very interesting to me to see. And it makes me want to say Florida. It makes me want to say Florida gets the win here. And that's what it makes me want to say. And if I were a betting man, I would probably take Florida in the 6.5 points. I would. I have the same fear that I did 10 minutes ago. When we were talking about, is Lagway going to come out there and cough up the ball? Or
is he going to pull it down and make them pay?
Yeah, if he will just run and not throw the freaking ball away. Because he can get back there and screw it up in a hurry, man, if he doesn't do what he needs to do. But give me Florida at home. Give me Florida at home to create the chaos. I saw it in the chat a while ago. All right, give me Florida. Give me Florida.
I respect it. I hate the Gators, but I respect the pick. That's what I'll say about that, because maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong by a week. I thought Hail State would beat Tennessee, and that would mess up the apple cart. What if Florida beats Texas? You talk about just you take a sledgehammer to the wagon wheels, it would bust the cart. Like it would
Yeah.
wreck everybody's perception of what this thing was inside the conference. So that would be a big one. And so to make this better television, if you will, I won't take Florida. I will take Texas just because, man, Billy, come on. You're still putting 12
Come
dudes
on,
on the
Bill.
field. You're still putting 12 dudes on the field. So I'm like, let's go.
Oh,
All
don't
right.
remind me. I'll change my mind. Don't do it. Oh,
so,
God.
so I'm going to take Texas, but I'm
Jeez
sitting
Louise.
right here telling you that I don't think I would not be shocked if it's ugly and late and it's close, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm
God,
on
I just hope it
Texas.
rains. If it rains, I have a fighting chance to be right here.
Oh, well, it takes what it takes. All right.
Yep.
So Vanderbilt and Alabama. We're not going to wait for it, Joe. Let's go ahead and pick this sucker.
I just told you, give me Vandy on the road. Go on.
Vandy on the
Go
road.
on, Pavia. Come on.
All right. I'm gonna do what I just did. I think Vanderbilt goes in, plays hard, gives Alabama everything that they want. I did not give Bryant Denny enough credit when Georgia went in there last year for being a difficult place to play. I'm going to give them credit for that now. I'm going to say Alabama gets the win. I don't buy
Thank you,
into
Timothy.
I don't buy into any of that, like disrespect will be dealt with talk that I'm getting from Alabama. I just think that they probably got another player or two, and that's going to be the difference. So I do think Vanderbilt's going to play them real tough, though. I mean, so this is a 10.5 point spread, so it's bigger. So, maybe I'm just don't know anything about anything. I just think Vandy's going to hang around, but I do think that Alabama wins.
I think give me Vandy, baby. I ain't got nothing else to say. Go on.
Okay. So the Flashes, Joe, are rolling into Oklahoma without John Mateer. Remember that.
Oh, materialist.
Without John Mateer. They got that backup quarterback that likes to run it around, still don't know if he can throw the football that well. But they got more players. They still got the defense. Oklahoma should win this game even without Mateer. That's where I'm at. Yeah?
Yeah, they should win the game. I don't like that. That 44.5 spread's embarrassing. I don't, but yeah, you got to take Oklahoma.
Yep, Oklahoma. All right. So if we mosey this bad boy on up, now we're talking about
here's the game, man. Yeah,
Mississippi State and Texas A&M. Now, Texas A&M, their coach was a little salty. He's like, "Why y'all ask me about? Why don't y'all talk about something good we did? Why you gotta be negative all the time?
You gotta be all down on me all the time, man.
That's right.
Like that?
Meanwhile, even in a loss, people are looking at Mississippi State going, Jeff Lebby, brilliant offensive mind, doing great work down there at Mississippi State. Got them sitting there at 4-1. Everybody wants to talk about what a good job they're doing. A&M's just hanging out over there, just hanging out. Top 10 team at home. I think I know who you're gonna pick, Joe.
You do. I'm at Monica. Gig him, baby. Gig him. Come on.
I wish there was a sound effect. I don't know. Oh, that's some news that happened this week, Joe. Reveille, the mascot for A&M, passed this week.
Yeah.
So, that's a bummer. I hate that for the A&M people because, I know we've lost an Ugga or two, and so I know what that's like. So, thoughts to the fans out at A&M about Reveille. It's a beautiful dog, beautiful tradition. So I hate that happened to y'all this week. As far as the game is concerned, at home, I'm going to buy in totally to the blackout. I think A&M wins, and I think they win impressively. The spread there, 16.5. I think that's that or more. They might win by 3 touchdowns. I just think that defensively, they got enough going on that they can really put a wrench into what it is Mississippi State's trying to do. And I'm putting a little bit of faith in their quarterback there, Marcel Reed. So I'm going with A&M. This is the most bold I've ever been about A&M, but that's
all right.
That's what I think we're going to see. So now, y'all got to hang in here with me for 1 second. Uh-oh, hit the wrong thing. Y'all got to hang in here with me because we got to switch leagues. We got to jump over here to the FBS and look at that. Get out of the SEC, and then we'll pick the rest of these bad boys. So where's my list? Here it is. So again, the SEC, most everybody, it feels like, is on a bye this week. So we're going to have to look around the country here and find some other games.
Other football. Gotta watch other football.
But Joe, this one won't be hard to watch. Why? Because it's West Virginia. Go Mountaineers.
That's right.
And BYU. Joe, I know you love some BYU. Who are we picking in this one?
The Fighting Mormons, baby. Yeah.
Oh. I know you got some news about that too. I know you got a little
Well,
bit of
I
news.
just gonna say Colorado. Colorado, easy now. Y'all got called out a little bit for trying to call out some BYU.
Why you gotta be?
Why you gotta go that way?
Why you gotta do that?
Be like that. Come
That's
on,
right.
prime time. Really?
I know.
Really.
He's not responsible for the fans, but
yeah, I know. But you gotta reel them in though. But yeah, give me my BYU dogs, man. I take my Fighting Mormons. They playing at home too. Yeah, at night, out night. Woo.
I really want to take West Virginia because I just friggin' like doing it, but I'm not. I'm gonna take BYU.
I think new helmets, by the way. West Virginia.
I do too. I do like BYU at home though. I think they're going to handle business out there, elevation, all that good stuff. I think they're going to take care of business. And we're just going to skip past a lot of these Big Ten games because we don't care. We're going to jump back down here into the ACC and pick the woeful game from the outside. Clemson's a 2-touchdown favorite, Joe. Is there any shot that they go in there and fumble this thing around at noon the way I'm talking about, Georgia coming out flat? Is there any chance that this thing's the same kind of thing where it's just ugly and just sloppy, kind of play over there at North Carolina?
Yes.
Think so?
I mean, there's absolutely a shot of it. And, I'm just looking at the spread there, 14, two touchdown spread, noon kickoff at North Carolina. It's so bad. The football is just so bad right now between those two teams. And, I peeked in on the North Carolina game the other, and even looking at the fans, looking at the stands, they were like indifferent.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know about this.
The ones that were there were like, what's happening on TikTok? You know what I'm saying? So it is hard to muster. Jeremy says Tar Heels in the chat. I'm going to phone a friend. I'll take it, Jeremy. Sure. Let's go.
Right.
Give me the Carolina baby blue.
Joe, did you know? And you may have heard it. I don't know. Did you know that there are people running around this week telling me that Kirby Smart is nothing more than Dabo Swinney? That's what he is. That's what they're telling me. Even in spite of that, I'm going to take Clemson. I think Clemson goes on the road.
Enrique's in the chats. Enrique, if you'd have texted before Jeremy chatted, I would have went with you too. Jeremy threw it in there first, so I'm going to go with the Tar Heel blue.
Nice.
To rhyme on you there.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see what else we got here. We got to skip past some of these games because listen, no disrespect to anybody, but some of these games just aren't that interesting this week.
You're the fighting camels, baby. You roll past the camels.
I did. We're not going to pick friggin' camel. All right. This one, Joe, there's enough name recognition here that makes you think.
Come on, Boise State. Come on.
This might be a good game. Boise State proved me wrong last week. Now, granted, it was, App State. So they put a bunch of points on the board against App State. But here's the thing about Notre Dame. They can't play defense. So maybe Boise State can score with them. Maybe. You don't think so? Not at Notre Dame?
I don't know. Again, when how much I despise Notre Dame. It is hard. It is hard. But they looked really good on offense last week.
Yeah. Jeremiah Love makes you look good. That quarterback seems to be growing up a little bit. I'm going with Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take Notre Dame too.
Oh, all right. Notre Dame.
You're going to make me lose my cupcakes over here.
I'm not trying to do that. Not trying to do that. All right. So Virginia, on the heels of their upset victory of the Florida State Seminoles, they got to go on the road.
225 girls said it should have took Boise State. Don't make me regret my choice.
Okay. Well, see, here we go. Virginia got to go on the road to play Louisville, Joe. People keep telling me Louisville's pretty good. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them, so I don't know if they're any good or not. I haven't seen them,
Give me
but they're
Virginia,
4-0.
Virginia all day long. Not a question in my head. Let's go Virginia.
All right. Well, I like this whole thing where we're not seeing eye to eye, so I'll take Louisville on a blind pick 'em. I don't know the first thing about Louisville this year. Hadn't watched them play at
No,
all,
haven't
so
seen a single game.
I
Yeah.
know I know people watching are probably like, "Why are you picking the game then?"
Yeah.
Because it's fun. Maybe we're here having fun. So Virginia and Louisville, you got the Wahoos, and I've got Louisville. So there you go.
Mhm.
All right, who am I looking for? Okay, here we go. This next game is one I started to have us pick Syracuse, and then I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So we're gonna keep it rolling. We'll get right on down here. I promise we'll get there. Because I started looking around the country and I'm like, there's no way I'm not having us pick this game. UNLV is undefeated and they've got a really good head coach, but they got to go up to Elevation and play YO. And you know, I love me some Cowboys. So this game, 7 p.m. CBS SN. Unfortunately, I will not be watching it because there are other 7 o'clock games I'll be watching. I may have it on Jump or something, but I love to pick the Wyoming games. So I'll let you go first.
Well, I looked to the line, 3.5 point spread there for UNLV. Lets me know that everybody thinks Wyoming's going to give them fits there.
Give them
at
game.
Elevation YO. So I'm going to have to go with the UNLV Dogs. I'm going to have to go with the running. I'm going to have to go there.
The Running Rebels? Aren't they still the Running Rebels? Yeah. I think so.
So and you know what? I just give them to me.
Okay, that's fine. And you might think I'm about to pick my Cowboys, but I'm not. I'm going to pick UNLV to stay undefeated. I think I just don't trust Wyoming's ability to score. So I'm going to go with UNLV here. So that's weird. Sounds weird. Just saying it out loud, but that's what I'm going to do. Miami and Florida State, Carson Beck and the cat's name that I can't remember. The little dude that runs around. I cannot remember his name. The quarterback for Florida State. Castellanos. That's right. Yeah. Thank you for that. So Carson Beck and Castellanos. I really do think that this comes down to a quarterback game. Like I said, Miami is improved. They're better. I really like their athleticism. But this thing's at Tallahassee, and like I said earlier, I think the quarterback makes them right. Give me Florida State to pull off the upset this weekend.
Yeah, I'm absolutely. I said it earlier in the show. We referenced it. I think that Castellano is the reason for the win. I think Florida State does get the win at home. I think the defense is going to be a challenge for Carson Beck, but I think Castellano is the key.
Okay, I'm with you. Like I said, you're not scaring me off of that one with that talk. I think we're right there. Colorado and TCU, Joe. You were talking about Colorado before the show, but everything was going on with the fans, and I'm like, yeah, let's pick that game. So Colorado and TCU. I will go first and tell you, and I understand that North Carolina was figuring stuff out in that opening week, but I saw a lot that I liked about that TCU team. I think they can score the football. I think TCU wins this game at home against Colorado.
Yeah, I picked against TCU earlier in the season because of some angst that I have with a former TCU alumni and fan, and I'm just going to throw that in the trash can and just go with the pick. And TCU is the team for me here, as well. So
make the smart pick. There you go. Don't let it get cloudy. Keep it about the business. What is it? Stand on business. All right,
stand on business. That's what they say.
This one. Tulsa kicked me square in the shin last week and didn't do anything that I thought they were going to do as the Tulane Green Wave whacked them upside the noggin. So forget that, Tulsa. I've always liked me some Memphis. They're at home. They friggin' beat Arkansas. Give me Memphis to stay undefeated by beating Tulsa on Saturday night.
Yeah, Tulsa got to go to Memphis. Yeah. That's over.
Memphis. Joe, I tell you what, man.
By the way, Carol and everybody in the chat agree. Yeah, thank y'all. FSU. That's right.
Oh, they're
Jeremy said
in.
the U, but I'm sorry, Jeremy. I ain't going with. I went with you on the UNC pick, but I ain't going with you on the Miami pick. Now.
Joe's like, I can't do it. Nope. I can't do it. So like we said off the top, Joe, Green Gridiron taking care of us around this show. They like what we're doing. We're having fun. They're like, bro, keep it casual. Let's talk ball. Let's talk some helmets. I'm telling you, people, if you love gear the way I do, and Joe will tell you, growing up, this is how old I am, everybody. Story time from the old guy. This is how old I am. I used to get up on Sunday mornings with my dad, and we'd go get the newspaper, and we would always cheat as the young child. I was stealing newspapers. So you had to pay the 50 cents to open the thing. On Sunday, it was like $1.50, and we were like, God almighty, that's expensive. So
give me three.
So we'd pull the thing down, and Dad would get one to read, and then I would grab one and be like, okay, I'm going to do whatever. They would print out like the game matchups, and they would print the helmets in the boxes. I would take scissors and go in and cut out all the helmets and then glue them on posters and stuff, because I just love gear, man, and I love football helmets, and there's nothing cooler than a cool football helmet. And what I want to remind you guys to do is click the link below. Just go look around at what you can find over there at Green Gridiron, because I'm going to tease you a little bit with it. If you haven't been there, I'm going to give you something right now that's going to tease it just a little bit. Just look at all the different kind of Georgia helmets you can get.
Look at that, man. Love it.
You got the ones that got the chrome look, the shiny look. You got the Green Gridiron versions, the different face masks, the visors out there. They've even got the new, you've seen the mini helmets. Yeah. Did you know that there's a MIDI, M-I-D-I, MIDI sized helmet? So not full sized, not mini sized, but in between. Big enough that you can see everything, but not so big that it takes up all this room on your shelf. And they've even got you remember the ones you could buy in the bubblegum machines? Look at it down there at the bottom. You can even get a Georgia helmet in one of those bubblegum sized helmets if you wanted to do that. Get the whole SEC. Get the whole SEC. Yeah. And then put them on a shelf, display it in your man cave. I'm telling you, friends. I'm telling you. Green Grid, just click the link. Just go look. That's all I'm saying. Do it. You know, don't worry about anything else. Just click the link and go look, because there's so much good stuff over there. That's what we got to do. So, Joe, before we get out of here, there's only one thing left to do. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's hit it. All right, Joe, coach them up, baby. It is time. Of course, we don't always have to do the game of the week, but sometimes it's just too sweet to not do it, right?
That's right.
So I think that's what we're going to do. I want you to tell me what Vanderbilt is thinking as they roll into Tuscaloosa and try to roll their own drop anchor inside the Crimson Tide over there and be like, no, this is Nashville South. Are you ready to do it, man? Are you ready to tell us what it's all about?
Hey, I'll go with it, man.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Right.
All right, here we go.
So my boy Pavia, we've talked about it, my man. I know you see yourself as a champion, and I do too. I see you as a champion. Visualizing yourself as a champion, limitless, right? Makes you more willing to put effort to overcome difficulties. You're all set, all in, and I got you, bro. You got to trust the preparation. You got to go in there and do it how it comes.
You still with us, Joe?
Got a
look. Yeah, you froze up on us. So we heard the bit about you got to trust the preparation. Go.
All right, you got me?
Yeah.
So you embrace the power, the consistency, the discipline that you got, man. I just want to say it to you like this, Pavia, my boy. 2, here you go. Winning is a game of consistency, not perfection. All right? You ain't got to be perfect. You just got to be motivated and inspired. and you are. These feelings are fleeting. I get it. But master the moment, my friend. Life isn't built in decades. It's built in seconds. It's built in seconds. So commit, execute, make a plan that challenges you. And with unwavering discipline, turning what seems impossible will turn it into what is inevitable. In victory. Trump Baker, baby.
I love it.
Tuscaloosa is Nashville South.
I love it. I love it. Joe bringing the thunder right there, getting them ready to go down there and show that last year wasn't a fluke, man. This is a quality VUFB football program. That's right. What we want to see on Saturday. And Joe has put his money where his mouth is, and now he's put his voice with that money, and he's telling us that Vanderbilt is gonna shock the world. Is that right, Joe?
Hey, y'all write it down there. Life's not built in decades, baby. It's built in seconds. You got to make a plan to go get it. Turn what seems impossible into inevitable.
That's right.
That's how you do it, baby.
I love that. I love that. Everybody put that on a note sticker. Put it right beside your desk. Turn the impossible into the inevitable. I love it.
That's right.
I love it very much. You know what I thought of the first time I heard you say it, though, and I'm just going to be real with you. You remember the movie Deadpool, where the big chrome guy and Deadpool's about to handle his business, and the big chrome guy whose name I can't remember because I'm not a Marvel fan, I'm a DC guy. I'm just saying, he's like one or two moments that's what makes a hero. You don't have to eat breakfast as a hero, brush your teeth as a hero. He's like, one or two moments define you as a hero. So that's what baby. What is, say it again for us, Joe? Seconds.
And life is not made in decades, not built in decades. It's built in seconds, baby.
Seconds.
It's built in seconds.
You got to write that down. Something you got to text that to me. That's good stuff.
I got to put that on the trophy somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
That is good stuff right there, man. Joe, did you have a good time?
I always have a good time. Get to hang out here with my friends in the chat. Got to get me some good gear ideas, which I'll be. Y'all look for this blue. You'll see it on a chrome dome back here in the studios. You wait and see.
I was going to say, you see that white helmet right there? You could get a white helmet with a metallic logo and then a metallic face mask. You could put stripes. I'm telling you, where do you get to look at those visors? That's what I'm saying. Where do you get to look
my birthday, hanging out with all you guys, spending time with my brother, my boys, my ladies at the chat. Good times here. Got some Vandy, Alabama tickets. Don't know what's going to happen with that. My head is Tuscaloosa. Y'all don't know. Me and her be out there taking selfies out. Me going, give him the V. I'm gonna bring an anchor. I'm gonna hang it on my shoulder if I go. It's gonna be great.
If it works out to where you and Herb end up going to this game together,
I don't even know what's that.
You doggone right. There better be selfies all over the place. There better be Herb is famous for shooting videos of singing along with the music inside the stadium. I better see something sweet. If that's what's happening. Yeah, I'm just saying. Herb, I'm announcing it. That's what better go down. If you and Joe get hooked up, that's what better happen. I'm just saying. That's going to be a good time. I'm happy I'm going to get to watch that game too. But did you say it kicked off at 3:30? So if it kicks off at 3:30, then I'll just drink your water. Don't forget to hydrate. Get out there to the Alabama sun. Tired out here.
I ain't lost nothing in Alabama. Or
my goodness.
I spent my time over there.
Everybody in the chat, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. We're over an hour again. We can't help ourselves.
Birthday wishes, friends.
We're having too much fun. That's right, Joe. Happy birthday, man. It's a good game. I hope we turn the apple cart over. I hope Florida beats Texas, even though I picked Texas. I hope Vanderbilt wins. Let's just wreck it. Let's just wreck whole thing this weekend.
Y'all say it with Andrew Monaco all day Saturday. Gig 'em, baby. Gig 'em.
Gig 'em. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Y'all take care of yourselves, your friends, your family. Take care of each other. Go look at these helmets. I'm telling you, it costs you nothing to go look at the pretty stuff they got over there for you. Do it. You'll have a good time. Joe, we're out, bro.